Mohan Bhagwat, the chief of the RSS, has stepped into the Gyanvapi debate. The RSS chief has come out while drawing certain lines for the Hindu community, has backed the Hindu community's claims on what he believes are historic sites, places of worship that were demolished by Mughals, by marauders who brought with them Islam, implanted it in this country, and to emphasize their claim over India and subjugate the people, destroyed their places of worship or those places which were most sentimental to them. This is what Mr. Bhagwat said, though he did say that it is important not to look for shivlings under every mosque. Listen in.
वो इतिहास हमने नहीं बनाया, न आज के अपने आप को हिंदू कहलाने वालों ने बनाया, न आज के मुसलमानों ने बनाया. उस समय घटा, इस्लाम बाहर से आया, आक्रमकों के हाथ आया. उस आक्रमण में भारत की स्वतंत्रता चाहने वाले व्यक्तियों का मनोधैर्य खच्चे करने के लिए देवस्थान तोड़े गए. हिंदू समाज का विशेष ध्यान जिन पर, विशेष श्रद्धा जिनके बारे में ऐसे कुछ है, उसके बारे में मामले उठते हैं. ज्ञानवापी के बारे में हमारी कुछ श्रद्धाएं हैं, परंपरा से चलती आई, हम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, लेकिन रोज एक मामला निकालना नया, ये भी नहीं करना चाहिए. हमको झगड़ा क्यों बढ़ाना है? और ठीक है, प्रतीकात्मक कुछ हमारी विशेष श्रद्धा थी, ऐसे स्थानों के बारे में हमने कहा, परंतु हर मस्जिद में शिवलिंग क्यों देखना? हम तो कुछ नहीं कहते. हमने 9 नवंबर को कह दिया कि एक राम जन्मभूमि का आंदोलन था जिसमें हम अपने प्रकृति के विरुद्ध किसी ऐतिहासिक कारण से उस समय की परिस्थिति में सम्मिलित हुए. हमने उस काम को पूरा किया. अब हमको कोई आंदोलन वगैरह करना नहीं है. आपस में मिल बैठकर सहमति से कोई रास्ता निकालिए, लेकिन हर बार नहीं निकल सकता. इसमें कोर्ट में जाते हैं तो फिर कोर्ट जो निर्णय देगा उसको मानना चाहिए.
Let's open this up, viewers, because a large number of opposition leaders are accusing Mr. Bhagwat of being insightful, saying that he's opening the doors for more claims by going out there and saying that there are some places of worship which you cannot distance from Hindu sentiments or cannot deny that Hindus have a claim over, and where it is not easy to find an amicable solution, court should be approached, but then the verdict of the court must be accepted. Owaisi says, who is Bhagwat to speak? PMO should speak on Worship Act, which is the 1991 Place of Worship Act. PM should stop Hindu upstarts. And Mr. Owaisi has gone on to say that Mr. Bhagwat is being insightful. He's giving license to people to do exactly what they did in 1992 when they pulled down the Babri Masjid mosque. Now, let's open this up. Let's open this up and ask a few questions. Abbas Haider, National Spokesperson of Samajwadi Party, do you agree with what Mr. Bhagwat is saying? If not, why?
Well, what Mr. Bhagwat said, if I interrupt him correctly, I think he is supporting 1991 Places of Worship Act. I think Mr. Bhagwat should give this message to his subsidiary Bharatiya Janata Party. I think in the past, he said that any Hindu who's asking Muslim to go to another country, she is not a Hindu. But these messages are not conveyed to the Bharatiya Janata Party cadre. If Bharatiya Janata Party would have wanted, they would have given permission to the ladies to pray in the Gyanvapi mosque, but they wanted to make it a political issue. Bharatiya Janata Party want to be a party in all the communal issues in the country. This is what they are trying to do.
So you're saying that the BJP must listen to the RSS chief, because yes, he's drawing a line, he's being rational, he's saying follow the order of the law, the court.
I think if Mr. Bhagwat is mean what he said, if he serious of what he's saying, I think Bharatiya Janata Party should take a heed on it.
Okay. Mujibur Rahman, what do you make of Mr. Bhagwat's message?
The first thing is, really message is good, but these are the just words to keep people of the country to think that the BJP and RSS is thinking differently. But what they are doing exactly, they are preparing for a second Babri incident in the country. what he said, that historical evidence, history should be, they have some sentiments for the places. So what they are just growing a pressure within the Hindu community to repeat the same incident which happened in 1992. Second thing, I want to correct him. Islam didn't came here through the invaders, but Islam was in the 17th century in India, and the king of Kerala converted to Islam while the messenger of Allah was alive.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha, how do you respond to Mujibur Rahman, who says that this is deliberate double-speak, and of course the Samajwadi Party spokesperson to say that yes, Mr. Bhagwat is making tall claims, he's sounding very conciliatory, but the BJP is the one who is fomenting trouble.
Well, Rahul, these are some of the more sophisticated versions of Asaduddin Owaisi, so we don't need to respond to that. Let me just explain to you what Shri Mohan Bhagwat ji said. He very clearly mentioned this, that yes, temples have been destroyed in the past by invaders, but wherever possible, they need to be settled through dialogue. Where not possible, the court is the only solution. But in this situation, we are not inclined to make it into an andolan like the Ram Mandir, because that was a one-time thing. In situations like these, the court should be the binding factor. I think, it's the most pragmatic thing to say. It's the most pragmatic thing, which is what is the view of the BJP as well. If you remember,
it's pragmatic, not political. It's pragmatic, not political. Abbas Haider, be pragmatic. Be pragmatic.
See,
you can't deny that certain evils were visited upon the Hindu community by invaders.
Nobody is denying anything. I think what Mohan Bhagwat...
special attachment do you have for Mughal desecrators?
No, it's not about attachment. I think historical wrongs cannot be undone. That's a reality. So we should talk about the future of the country. Nobody is talking about the present. Everybody here is talking about the past. So we are living in the present, and we should talk about it. Mohan Bhagwat ji said nothing new. I think everybody in the country, they will abide by the court order. Nobody has ever said that they're going to defy the court order, be it Gyanvapi case or any other case. So I don't think there is any trouble. But it is the mongering of Bharatiya Janata Party. Just they want to incite communal violence. They want to incite, communal hatred among communities just for their political interests.
Okay, Tuhin Sinha, before I bring in Ratan Nigam. Yes.
The point is, it is about acceptance and acknowledgement of the situation. When people like Asaduddin Owaisi and some of the Samajwadi Party leaders jump in when a court case is going on and threaten that if the court case goes on, it will lead to violence, that amounts to intimidation. Accept that the mosque has been destroyed. It is a fact that 40,000 temples cannot be resurrected. But honest acceptance and honest acknowledgement will only expedite closure.
Okay, 1 second. Let's quickly get a quick response from you, sir. You said it's not acceptable. Why? What is the problem with a court-mandated solution? Sir.
Well, it is not welcome. I think all the party, they should be considerate about it. They should not be hasty about any decision. And all the court, or whatever court has given decision about be it Babri issue or any other issue,
there are people like Owaisi who say that the 1991 Places of Worship Act forbids any challenge whatsoever.
Yes, certainly, Rahul. In fact, that challenge is standing in Supreme Court by way of PIL and other cases, and the constitutional validity of the same will be decided by the court. Today, we have various interpretations of 1991 Act by various parties as to whether it is applicable or not applicable. Without going into that particular aspect, because I can speak on the fact that it is not applicable, not touching that subject. What Bhagwat ji said today was a very pragmatic thing, as Tuhin was saying. The acknowledgement of the truth first and its acceptance is the prime criteria. You have to accept that those places were desecrated, destroyed, and temples were converted, or the mosque was built with use by the temple material. So that acceptance has to be there. I don't think today's Muslims should stand with those Islamic invaders. They should not.
Don't stand with Islamic invaders. Mujibur Rahman, do not do that, says Ratan Nigam. Mr. Rehman, can you hear me? Are you there? Or is he frozen on it? Yes. Do not stand with Islamic invaders. Break from them. Don't defend their legacy.
Is it so difficult to do that?
The first thing, no. First thing I will tell you, if he will say that the Islamic invaders, so what about the other Mauryas? What about the Kushaks? What about the Aryans? Were they Hindu invaders? If people migrate from one place to another place and lives in another country, they came to India, they accept India as their home country, and they are buried in this soil. How dare you to call them the invaders? You people are really the invaders who are just bringing out the Indian money in the Swiss banks and just pumping out all the economical resources from the poor. So the person whose father is India, who was born in India, whose grandfather was born in India, whose great-grandfather was born in India, you are still calling him an outsider.
Okay,
so
quick
you have
response.
a different criteria to give him the Indian citizenship.
Quick response.
This is the WhatsApp University of Asaduddin Owaisi. The Aryan invasion theory has been shunned for a very long time with facts and with proper information. Number two, how can you glorify Aurangzeb? What he did to Guru Gobind Singh, what he did to Shivaji, was it any different from the way ISIS behaves today? So at least, have the intellectual honesty to condemn such acts of brutality, such acts of perversion.
Mujibur Rahman. One.
Let me tell you who killed sons of Guru Gobind Singh. Chandu Brahman was his name, and it was not order of the Aurangzeb, but of that Brahman. Even you can ask any Sikh of the nation, that he will tell you. Just you are giving a fallacies about Aurangzeb.
Okay. Now we're sort of going into the deep end. Okay, now look, I'm just going to take a quick break, viewers. We're right back because there has been a massive meeting today, chaired by the Home Minister, to review security preparations to secure Hindus in Kashmir. The outcome, the inside track on Explosive Exclusive in just a few moments.